Okay, it is February 16th. We're all back home from Big Sky, Montana. I'm reviewing some of the footage, and I am currently looking at the footage that we got when Jim fell after getting off of that chairlift. I think he spent the rest of the day blaming Randy for that. So on the last night in Big Sky, we were reviewing the footage and kind of wanted to go to the tape to see if indeed it was Randy's fault. So let's just quickly review the kind of the fall itself here.
Crushed my skis. Hi.
What do we got here? Oh boy, you're impaired.
I'm impaired and my hip is killing me right now.
Okay, easy. GoPro, stop recording.
Okay. So when we were in Big Sky that last night doing the raw footage, this was the first video we saw. And then a few minutes later, we ran across the video that I shot just before this happened. And unfortunately, of course, I was filming everyone coming off the chair, and then I turned off the GoPro, and then seconds later he fell. Of course, I missed the fall, but I want to show you the footage of what led up to this. And then I want to do some analysis. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. This is what we were doing that last night in Big Sky. So
Well, Mark.
the first thing we kind of notice is basically exactly what Jim said. Randy is nudging Jim with his right arm.
Oh.
And then you hear us saying, oh, whatnot. But
Whoa.
and then the other thing you notice is Randy has a shit-eating grin on his face. He has just kind of shoved Jim and has a shit-eating grin on his face.
Get off of that lift.
Okay. And then, so, at this point, and of course we're not sure why Charlie's waving at us, but, okay. So then we start, after we see Randy nudge Jim with his right arm, as we go through the footage, we started honing in on this right here. It looks like Randy is stepping on Jim's ski, right? And we were going through this frame by frame. And, this is clearly Randy's fault. He's stepping on Jim's ski. Notice Jim's skis are slowly kind of spreading out. He's doing a kind of a pizza slice kind of move there. And then we get to kind of this frame. And as you can see here, Jim's ski is actually on top of Randy's, right? It's not underneath like we had thought. It's on top of. So it tells us that Randy, as he was nudging Jim with his right arm, he was able to somehow get his ski underneath Jim's left ski. All right. And then it kind of goes out of the frame there, but then as you can see, let me see if I can get down here. Keep going frame by frame. I mean, clearly you can see Jim's ski's on top of Randy's. No question about it. All right, so we watched this over and over and over, and why on earth would Randy nudge Jim on Jim's left side and then try to purposely get his ski underneath Jim's ski, which eventually caused this little mishap. So we backed up the footage and just literally started going through it frame by frame. So let me back it up here. Give me a second to see if we could find what really happened here. And what we found was shocking. Okay. Back up a little more. Little more. Okay. So here's the guys getting off the lift. Let's zoom in as best we can. Okay. Kind of center this a little bit. What I want you to watch is, at this point, Jim is standing up. His skis are straight. Randy's standing up. His skis are straight. But I'd like you to focus on Marcus now. Okay, so let's just take it frame by frame. So everyone's looking good. At this point, you start to see Marcus's left ski go over to his right? And then soon thereafter, this is the area we're looking at right here, Marcus's right ski also does the same thing. Okay? At this point, Marcus's huge weight and girth and size, he's pushing Randy, which Randy doesn't stand a chance against Marcus, right? Marcus's skis are pushing into Randy. Randy is essentially losing control because he doesn't have a prayer against Big Marcus. And that's when you see Randy's arm go up. He's trying to balance himself. Marcus's right ski at this point is still pressing into Randy until Marcus gets his balance. Once he gets his balance and he's okay, then he's good to go here. He even gives us a little grin there, right? But Randy is still off balance and creates that chain reaction. You know, why is Randy grinning there too? I think it's because he's just been bamboozled by Marcus and he knows it. But basically, after we reviewed the tape and saw what had really happened, we now blame Marcus for this whole thing. It was not Randy's fault. He got bamboozled and essentially pushed into Jim, and then Jim fell over. So the tape don't lie, basically. Tape don't lie.